they showed me up, didn't they? She-Hulk episode 5. Wow, it's 17 minutes of the finest TV entertainment I've ever seen. So we've got to talk about it. And here's me breaking the fourth wall to tell you that's a load of bollocks. Bonjour. Here we go again. So here we go again. It every character they introduced. There's a new one this week. Well, not new one. Old Ms. Book, the solicitor from, I think she was in an episode. The I don't know what to say anymore these days. Person of colour, the solicitor from the episode 1. She's in it defending. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! If you care, she's in this one defending She-Hulk against Titania because she's got the trademark for the word She-Hulk, or words, whatever you want to call it. Now, again, I'm going to say what a wasted opportunity this all is. It really is, and even, you know, whatever it is, she's got a really long name. Let's call her Ms. Book. She's a good actress. You've only got to take one look at her resume to see that she's a good actress, as well as Tatiana Maslany. And I'm trying to keep calm. I'm trying not to Hulk out here like I did last week, and I busted the microphone sound and I was swearing away, and it's something that I kind of look back on and think, oh, but we're all allowed our moments, aren't we, of emotion? And it's only because I really do care about this stuff, or certainly the comics. I do not care about Dismal Minus anymore because they keep giving us this dross. We have to get explained about trade. We have to have trademarks explained to us. Now, I know that they've got to make entertainment for all ages, but you can't tell me that a 7 or 8 or 9-year-old with any modicum of intelligence hears the word trademark for the first time, and within the story, She-Hulk is arguing with Titania in court about the trademark of the word, her name, She-Hulk, and that's the story. This whole 17 minutes is, or maybe 18 and a half, maybe they've given us a bit of an extended cut this week, got in touch with Schneider. How do we do a nice long extended cut and make it exciting and more thrilling? They obviously have, because this one, no, I'm not going to go there. I was getting myself worked up again. But Miss Book comes across as another obnoxious character, another obnoxious female with nothing redeeming about them whatsoever. They're so horrible. There's just nothing. There's no other character traits about them. No one just sat down at the creators table and said, you know, let's not repeat the same character traits. Otherwise, I mean, this is just storytelling 101. And it's not about, and again, I will say, it isn't about being male or female, or it isn't about gender at all with this programme. It's just shit. It is just shit, and they're all obnoxious. There's somehow, instead of queuing up with people at the beginning of this programme, Ginger Gusciapio, whatever her name is, I forget the character's name, mate, says, oh, we'll just push in front of people that are legitimately queuing up. And I know she's got a beef with Titania. Now, either don't do that scene, don't have the queuing scene, just have her confronting Titania at some kind of thing, at some kind of event. But don't do that. I mean, it's just not a character. It's just so... And I'm going to say it again. The CGI. I know I'm going to keep saying it. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep saying it. The CGI that is so bad, and I tell you how it has let this show down this week. So they go to court, and I'm kind of giving a review of this show this week a bit more because I'm kind of running out of I'm not running out of comparisons. There's tons of good comedy out there, and I've already compared this to Liar Liar week before last and last week. Third Rock from the Sun for different reasons. Now, I could pluck something else out of the woodwork this week, and I'm going to pluck something out, but it's not a strict comparison, but we're going to get to that. In Colt, there's a scene where old Bookers brings back all those blokes that she met on that Matcha.com, which I thought, again, was another good idea, but just so poorly handled. Every man is an idiot, and in this episode, the bloke who I thought fell into those two and made that triangle quite well in episode 3, I think it was. That could have been really, because again, another good actor, and old Ginger Gonzalez, whatever, I think that's her name. Sorry, apologies if I've got her name wrong, but I can't think of the character's name. But you can tell that she's a decent comedian. You can really tell. And over the 5 episodes, while I'm desperately trying to pluck something positive, I've got to say that out of all the characters we see in this show, hers is the one that I'm kind of warming to, and I feel that I know, and I feel like I could, and I don't know whether that's a comedic experience is coming through, or acting a bit. I don't know what it is, but I should really be feeling this way for She-Hulk. And what a spectacularly missed opportunity again in this episode is when she's in Colt and she has to embarrass us. She has to kind of debase herself by getting all these morons back who she met on the Matcha app, and the one that blew her out on her date when they woke up the next morning after a bit of hanky panky, but she was Jennifer. And I know they're not allowed to go there because they're not allowed to show, on Dismal Mindless, they are not allowed to show women with any other kind of emotion other than strength and empowerment. Oh my God, if you know, women are so strong now, but they're so strong and they're horrible. This is what happens. They make really strong, powerful women characters now that have got no redeeming qualities, and as far as superpowers are concerned, they just kind of give them manly qualities. When DC did the first Wonder Woman film, she was still very, very clearly a woman with more empathy than a male superhero can bring. That was the thing that the woman who was directing it and the woman that was acting it, and I don't know about the writing, but whatever it was, they realised that no, with Wonder Woman it's got to be different. Let's not be embarrassed about a woman being a woman, because I'm pretty sure that women in their lives and in any kind of women's movement and in feminine, they don't want to just be a bloke, do they? They want more rights, they want more power within society, and I'm really drifting off. Let's not go there. Anyway, missed opportunity, Colt scene. All the men come back, and the one that blew her out in the morning actually says, and because she's this poorly CGI'd character, when he says, there's a moment right at the end where he's asked, was it because you kind of fancied She-Hulk and there was nothing about Jennifer Walters? And he goes, yeah, it's nothing about Jennifer Walters I'm interested in, it's all about She-Hulk. And I felt really bad, like the writing was there, and I thought, oh wow, are they going to go in? And for a moment I thought we saw her with a CGI tear in her eye, but again, it's so poorly directed and written that we're off it. But I thought, wow, what a powerful scene, what an opportunity to miss, where we could really, really fall in love with She-Hulk now, because she's going to show some human emotion and frailty. Bullets are going to bounce off. They haven't gone there much, have they? I mean, it's nothing to do with that. They're doing all this old bollocks that they've done for 5 weeks. But I thought, oh wow, what a shame. And it's the CGI is so shit that it can't. It's like trying to move a puppet, isn't it? Even Titania calls her Shrek, and I know that online, and I'm not going there, on Trapbook and Interscape and all that, all of these comparisons are made to Shrek because the CGI is so bad. Well, what I'm saying is, yes, it is. And if you think that CGI is, then oh, ha, 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 it's part of the joke, ha, ha, ha. Well, all right, if it is, one, I'm not finding it funny. And two, it cheapens it, it lessens it, because this could have been great. This could have been a great opportunity for us to really feel for her. like something's really laid her low. She's the strongest being in the courtroom, at least the country beyond, maybe the world. She's got banners, blood, or whatever it is they're setting it up. But what a shame just to show that vulnerability, and they didn't. They just go stupid again, just more stupid. The standout of this program, the standout of this episode, sorry, is the superhero costume designer. Yeah, I'll give you a moment. Superhero costume designer. Dismal. Disney, whatever you want to call this fucking company. Oh. I know, darlings, this isn't an original idea, darling, is it? Remember her? Remember old Edna from The Incredibles? They can't do that. That was funny. Again, it was written, directed, animated. The characters were so... Everything was great about that film. And this character in particular, she almost stole the show in a way, because you all remember her. And it was she's in there, and it's something that the adults will, you know, her little walk and her hair, the kids will find funny. Maybe because they gave her an accent, you know, a funny voice, let's call it. But the adults are in there because they can relate to this adult character and who isn't a superhero, who's got the proper job, you know, whoever thought. But what a nice little niche thing. And they go there with She-Hulk, and obviously it's shit. And you've got a guy, and yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be a male person of colour. But he's not even flamboyant. I wouldn't mind if he was giving it all of that, and that was part of the whole thing. But he's another annoying, obnoxious character. Again, there's nothing... It's almost like he doesn't want them to be... Why would he... If it can't be the biggest market in the world, can it? To make superhero costumes. So why is it he's being so horrible about taking on She-Hulk? I mean, it's not exactly like you get a lot of footfall, is it? And a lot of passing trade. They have to go... I mean, it was quite a funny bit where the bloke who's been in it and old Ginger have to find out where and how they have to buy this ripped off Avengers t-shirts. And it kind of gets a bit funny again. I'm trying really hard to balance it out. It was quite funny. Those two were bonding on this silly mission. Brilliant. I don't mind any of that. I'm going to retract that word brilliant. I'm going to see if I can edit that. I can't believe that come out of my mouth. On the scale of what we're talking about here, yeah, brilliant. Let's say that. Aha. Yeah, I brought that one back. Because there is nothing about this programme that is brilliant unless you add nouns on the end. Is it nouns? What's the description words? Anyway, I'm not going to go there. So, but it's all been done before. Again, it's all been done before, but better. No one, when they was writing this crap, again, I'm going to take you back round to this nice round writing table where everyone is equal around it. You're all equal because you want to make the best show possible, and you're going to be putting your names on it. And you don't want it being shit, do you, at this point? I imagine you don't want it being shit anyway. And no one said, how are we going to do this? Because do you remember Edna in The Incredibles? I mean, I'm sure Pixar, I think it was, is it Pixar? I could be wrong there, so I apologise if I am. But if that was Pixar Incredibles, surely it's all under the same state, it's all under the same thing. Now, I'm not saying I wanted a live action Edna. I am not saying that. What I'm saying is how they did it, how they did this thing. It just falls flat. Just falls flat on every level. One, he don't want her there. Two, he's another horrible character. So nothing's memorable except that they're spectacularly unmemorable, I suppose. And again, the CGI comes into play. You know, they keep going back to her, and she's trying to, you know, and she's looking horrible. And the size of her hands, she looks. There was some modern. I know I banged on about the John Byrne and his artwork and all that, but there was some. Just look how beautiful some artists have created her in the comics, in the comic covers. And while I was researching, I found this beautiful black and white image of issue 9 of the more modern runs of She-Hulk than I've spoken about. So they can do it. You can make this character look marvellous, and I know they're going to do, because we've all seen it from the trailer where she's got the dress on, and obviously she's in the costume department this week. Yeah, blah 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 blah. But fuck me, they just can't. They just couldn't beg for some dough, because no one said, don't you think we should really try and get the CGI right? Otherwise, all we're trying to do is get people to emote or connect, or whatever you want to call it, with a cartoon with Roger Rabbit. That's all we're trying to do, a cartoon in the real world. That's because that's all we're trying to do, and all her faces, all the CGI kind of and it's a good actress underneath, because it's a shame, because when you see her, we all know she can act from what we've seen her in before. So anyway, more shit. I don't know, 17 minutes of your life you're never going to get, 18 minutes of your life you're never going to get back. And before I go, I'm just going to say, we saw Daredevil's yellow helmet. I mean, it makes sense now that he's gone. I mean, I'm trying not to laugh at the fact that, this idiot who we've met this week, this designer, is, I don't know, they did say his name, I forget already. Unless I do these videos quick with me notes underneath here, I'll forget. Anyway, so it looks like it could be Daredevil. Oh, unless that's a really long tease and they're leaving Daredevil to the end, to the last episode. Ooh, I need to follow the recaps for that one, won't I? Ooh. And by the way, I fast forwarded through the recaps, so I'm not going to go there. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Get ready if it's Daredevil next week, because I'll be back to Hog Hulk from last week, because I think I've been back to my good old balanced hog self this week. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will bid you adios.